outside in the field. Come the dog. Come the dog, okay? I'll shut the door here. There it comes. There it comes. You see how nervous he is? It's just a ball of nerves. So this is Barrett. He's a 1-year-old German short-hair pointer. He got here about 2 hours ago. No major behavior problems. A lot of young dog stuff. But if he gets loose, he will run off. That's why I didn't put the leash on his regular flat buckle collar that he came with, because it's kind of loose. He could slip out. So I just put it on kind of like a flat buckle collar, but more like a slip collar a little bit too. So he can't go anywhere. But you hear the crying and the whining. When the owner showed up, and I'm not doing much with him right now. I just want people to have an understanding of what he is. So when he got here, the owners are awesome people. They drove from far away, and they really want to do what's best for the dog. When he got here, he was just, his little nub tucked and just really skittish and really nervous, like really bad. He's super submissive. And what I do when I get a dog here, after I talk to the owners and they hand the dog off, once they leave, I put him in a crate or the pen in my garage for about a half hour to an hour just to calm down. Then I bring my dogs out of the house and he's introduced to my dogs in the garage while he's in a crate. And my dogs they're used to it, so they barely pay attention. Man, the second he saw my dogs, he froze, he locked up, and then fell on his back, just paralyzed with fear, but then just fell into a submissive position. And not long after that, he threw up. Big pile of food, and he hasn't eaten since this morning, which is strange. So he's just really, really nervous, super skittish, and he will run away if he gets off leash. So those are the two biggest things. So I want to give you an example of why it's so important the way we interact with the owners. Okay, this isn't much of a training video right now. Owners are really great people, really nice people, and really care about the dog. They really do. So when they get here, I like to watch the owners interact with the dog, watch them take the dog, and I paid attention. I saw a lot of things. One of the things that I noticed, which is most people when they show up here, they do everything to accommodate the dog, okay? So basically Barrett was just going and doing where he wanted. He was real skittish, real anxious, and the owner just follows, and there's a lot of verbal communication there from the owner to the dog. But there's nothing being said or accomplished or done because the dog just tunes it out, okay? So I touch on that with the owners and we talk about that, and I let them know it's the dog's job to accommodate us. We don't accommodate the dog. Very, very important, okay? And so as I observed this, I watched him, okay? And then, it wasn't long after that. We talked for a while. Then they were getting ready to leave. And the owner says to me, can I go kiss him goodbye? He was already in the crate. And I said, no. And she thought I was kidding at first. And I said, no. I said, I'd rather you not. I said, I'm never going to tell you can't do something. If you really want to kiss him goodbye, you go ahead. But this is why I'd rather you not. And I explained to her, I don't want to make it a big event, her leaving. And I also said, well, I want you to think about this. When you're doing something with this dog, I said, are you doing it for you or are you doing it for the dog? And she said, I'm doing it for me. I said, okay, well, at least you admit that and you understand that. So if you want to do it, you go ahead, but this is why I'm against it. And I explained to her, and people get it. People that care get it, and they want to do the right thing. You know, then I continue to explain to her, I said, look, I have really well-trained dogs, but they're not robots. So I told them, if you come into my home right now and you make eye contact and you address them and you start doing your baby talk, you know, the butt's going to start going, they're going to start shaking, and they're going to get excited and out of control. They're not robots. They're not perfect. And I can't have that. I don't want that. All right? So when you have a dog, any dog with any kind of issues, insecurities, behavioral problems, if you want to have your dog sleep on your bed and be on the furniture and you want to kiss your dog, you want to do all those things, if you don't have any issues with your dog, then that's fine. Do what you got to do. But if your dog has problems, then we have to change everything. We got to flip it. And I explained to them why I don't work with a lot of farm dogs, dogs that live outside on a farm. Why I don't work with a lot of dogs from the, you know, the big city, you know, where people have to get out and explore with their dogs and do all these things. And I explained to them, because these dogs live more in a natural state, and they don't develop these problems until they come into our home and we create it. And the owners got it. They really understood that, you know. So it's very, very important, guys. Like I told them, the dog's going to be fine. I'm going to get the dog looking good and feeling good about himself. There's no doubt about that. But it's so much more important to be able to educate the owners and just not talk, just not give them lip service, but to actually educate them to where they understand and they believe you, and then you show them. Because in the long run, most owners do want what's best for the dog. And the only way you're going to get people to follow through and do what the dog needs is to show them. Not just tell them, you have to show them. So he's a nervous wreck. He just is, you know. He probably won't eat today. So you notice I don't have food on me. I don't care about that. I'm not going to do anything. I have to start teaching him that he's a dog. That's all there is to it. Okay? And so this is the beginning. This isn't much of a training video, but I think it's very important for especially the young dog trainers out there. You know, I talk to so many of you on a daily basis, and most of you are doing fantastic. And sometimes you're doing so good, but you're just missing that one little part. And a lot of time that has to do with how you're interacting with the client, with the owner. And it's really important, guys. It really is. I mean, I broke down everything I'm going to do, you know. And I tell people the good and the bad. If the dog has a bad day, I tell them. I tell them. No matter what happens, I tell them. I'm crystal clear. They could trust me. They know that. You know, like he got sick and threw up, and I'll let them know he wasn't doing great. He's whining, he's crying, he made himself nauseous, you know. So now I just wanted to get him out. This is the first time I'm taking him out, except to try to go to the bathroom, which he hasn't done with me yet. So he hasn't drank any water, he hasn't eaten anything, he hasn't gone to the bathroom, because when I get him out here, he gets so fixated. So let's see what he does if I try to let him go. So see, he's so easily distracted by everything around and the kids across the street that he can't. So I'll bring him back here, and then we'll start over. And the little things I do are very subtle. Just bringing him to me, okay? Now I want him here, okay? I'm going to let him walk away if he wants to, but I'm going to bring him right back. I just need to show him you need to hang with me, We're not going to do anything more than that. So if he is staying by my side, if I move away, I'm just giving real light pressure, letting him know I want you right here. That's what he tries to go away, I bring him back. Okay, this is all done before we start any training. Okay, I'm just controlling the movements. Very subtle. Very subtle. It's just not healthy for a dog to be all over the place like this. Okay, so we got to get rid of that. You kind of understand what I'm doing, Sophia? Not doing much of anything, right? For him, I am. Okay, but this is just where it starts. See, so as he's fixated, now with straight line pressure, I'm just asking him to move a little bit without asking him. Okay? Now I just want him here. I want him right here. This is all I want. Okay? So I want him giving me a loose leash without doing anything and being with me. So then if I move away, I want him starting to come with me. And if he goes to come away, I'm going to bring him with me. Very, very important. You won't believe how much this does. There's times when I get a difficult dog here, guys, when the owners pull up there, and I might stand up there with the dog for a half hour, and the owner thinks I'm doing nothing. But I'm establishing what I want from the dog with the leash without saying anything. All right? That's what I want. That's what I want. This is the first time I've touched him or petted him. I haven't given him any attention except to put the collar on, and then I'll just start making little movements. And if he jumps on me, I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna allow it. Okay, I want him building that confidence. But you see where the leash is? Parallel, and I'm just barely giving him any pressure and moving him. So if I wanted him to come here, we're just going to move him back. Now I'm not going to let him go where he wants to go. So I want him here. Now I'm going to move away again. So you see the stress, right? I want that all to go away. All will be gone. Okay? All will be gone. I think by day 2 or 3, a lot of that will be eliminated. I hope anyway. You know, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. I never know till I start working with the dog. Just like I normally don't do this. I'm talking to the camera. I feel sorry for anyone who tries to watch this. But this is reality. This is how dog training starts a lot of times. Well, not much. Okay? I'm dictating. I'm going off what he gives me. That's what I want. I want him coming to me on his own. Good. Attaboy. First time I got a little eye contact, and that's what I want. A little bit at a time. Attaboy. But you see, he doesn't walk nice on a leash. He pulls his owner. Pulls like a tugboat, you know? But now, without doing anything, he's starting to understand. Just be with me. So that quick, okay? That quick. So I always say I don't teach loose leash walking. I never do. I've never taught it. I don't think to any dog. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure I have, but I basically don't. They do it. Okay? So within a day or two or three, they're all walking at my side without doing anything. You know, I just have a regular collar. There's no tools. But it's all the little things that you're seeing with the leash without talking that's making him, it's going to make him want to be at my side. Down over here. Good. That's it. Ah, that's what I want. That's what I want right there. That's what I want. So I know this is hard to watch, guys, and I know most people probably wouldn't show this video. It's definitely not going to make me look like a superstar, right? But it's important. This is the stuff that I take very, very serious. Now we start putting a little life into it. Ah, that's it. Ah, that's what I want. That's what I want. Yeah. Good. Good boy. Good. Hey, come on, let's go. That's what I want. But what you notice is the whining stops now, right? So see, the whining stops, guys. Now we're getting the mind to work with it. Come on, guys. Ready? That's a good boy. That's what I want. That's what I want, buddy. Oh, that's what I want. Come on. Yeah. Oh, you're so handsome. You're so handsome, right? Now I'm talking. Now I'm giving a little life. Now look at the nub. Look at the nub. Oh, look at